Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown and happy to bring you major events here at home and abroad that have obtained in the last 24-hour news cycle. And tops in today's news leaderboard, the president's words were unmistakably clear on the country's power supply status. Measures are in place to keep power prices from running away amid a raging El Nino weather calamity. True enough, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. saw it fit to press the pause button on the wholesale electricity spot market's operations to avert another surge in electricity prices that could lead to runaway power costs due to huge consumer demand and a lingering extreme heat. In his Labor Day speech, the president, in effect, ordered the Energy Regulatory Commission, or ERC, to suspend the interim effectivity of the wholesale electricity spot market in the event of a red alert notice declaration. The wholesale electricity spot market is the centralized shop for power plants or generators seeking to peddle their excess supply at higher rates, especially when the demand spikes. It is the Electric Power Industry Reform Act of 2001, or EPIRA, that enables the ERC to suspend WESM operations on the strength of an existing calamity or looming emergency.
Dahil sa matinding init, tumataas ang konsumo ng kuryente na nakakadagdag sa pag-akyat ng presyo. Kahapon lamang ay kumilos na ang Energy Regulatory Commission o ERC upang pansamantalang isuspindi ang operasyon ng tinatawag na Wholesale Electricity Spot Market o WESM kapag may diniklarang red alert ang System Operator o NGCP. Ito ay naglalayon na pigilan ang pagtaas ng presyo ng kuryente sa gitna ng kalamidad na dulot ng El Nino.
And with the last batch of protesters who barricaded themselves in Hamilton Hall out and in police custody, focus has shifted to a lawsuit filed by a Jewish student against the university for school officials not being able to provide safety for Jewish students during the entire protest and encampment saga. VOA's Natasha Moscovaya has the full report.
A standoff between Columbia University's administration and pro-Palestinian protesters escalated further Tuesday. Students, in response to the demand that they leave the protest encampment, took over a building in honor of a Palestinian girl killed in Gaza. At a press conference Tuesday, House Republicans called for the immediate resignation of Columbia University President Minouche Shafik, saying the situation on campus was out of control.
They're unable to operate the university at a time when the students are preparing for their final exams. It's unfair, it's unright, it's unsafe, and it must stop. So we called for the police to come in and take care of it. If they're unable, then we need the National Guard.
Marta Hurtado, spokesperson for the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, expressed concern over how the students' protests are being handled.
We are troubled by a series of heavy-handed steps taken to disperse and dismantle protests across university campuses in the United States of America. Freedom of expression and the right to peaceful assembly are fundamental to society, particularly when there is a sharp disagreement on major issues, as there are in relation to the conflict in the occupied Palestinian territory and Israel.
Meanwhile, a proposed class action lawsuit filed against Columbia University this week says that the school has failed to provide a safe learning environment for Jewish students.
They've been physically assaulted. They've had hate speech yelled in their face. They have been forcibly removed from areas of the campus. Along with the lawsuit itself, we've also filed a motion for a temporary restraining order. It's an emergency motion that seeks emergency relief in the form of providing safe passage for our students to finish out their school year.
Eli Tsivis, a Jewish student from the University of California, Los Angeles, posted a video of masked pro-Palestinian protesters denying him entrance to the university.
I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school, and they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there.
Tsivis, a freshman, says being profiled by the protesters was shocking.
A peaceful protest does not involve calling for the genocide of Jews. A peaceful protest does not involve completely blocking off a certain part of campus from Jewish students. I don't want them to think that I'm scared of them or anything like that. But I will say, though, that people have started to recognize my face. I get very visibly dirty looks. When I walk past people, I can hear them talking about me. I've been forced to carry pepper spray.
As graduation nears, some faculty members worry that education itself has been neglected in the heat of the protests.
The students really have to decide that they want to be students, and as long as they're smashing windows and, interrupting other people from their work, that's not what they're doing.
Since the beginning of pro-Palestinian encampment protests earlier this month, protest-related arrests in the U.S. have approached 1,000. Natasha Mozgovaya, VOA News.
A $320 million pier on the Gaza shoreline will drastically improve food and relief aid distribution. The IDF has kept tight control over in the Gaza Strip. Then again, U.S. legislators on both sides of the aisle worry on safety issues of American soldiers and engineers building this important infrastructure lifeline for Palestinians. VOA Pentagon correspondent Carla Babb tells us why.
These are the first photos of the new pier the U.S. military is building off the coast of Gaza, a mission aimed at providing up to 150 truckloads of aid per day amid dire food, water, and medicine shortages there. But not everyone is on board with the plan. Some legislators worried on Capitol Hill Tuesday that the American troops building the pier are unnecessarily in harm's way, despite President Joe Biden's assurances that no forces will go into Gaza. And U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin.
So if someone from land in Gaza shoots at our service members who are on the $320 million pier that we're building, you're telling me our service members can shoot back?
They have the right to return fire to protect themselves.
You guys seem to be sort of saying that boots on a pier connected to the ground, connected to service members shooting into Gaza, doesn't count as boots on the ground?
It does not.
Austin told lawmakers that Israeli forces will help the U.S. secure the pier, which raised further concerns.
I just think given the differences I think we have with the Israelis on civilian casualties, we better get right clear about what the response is going to be when we are shot at, since I don't think many Americans feel that it reflects the same values that we have here.
More than 1,200 Israelis were killed in the October 7th Hamas terror attack. Israel has since laid siege to Gaza in an effort to rid the enclave of Hamas militants. Austin stressed that Israeli forces need to do a better job of protecting civilians. When he was a general, he oversaw the U.S. withdrawal from Iraq in 2011, only to see extremism soon spread across the region, and the Islamic State group emerged to terrorize local populations and threaten American interest.
One of the lessons that we've learned is that you have to make sure you're doing all you can to protect civilians, and because if you don't, then you'll create a longer-term problem for yourself as some of those civilians then turn against you in the future.
Palestinian officials say more than 34,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israel's offensive against the militant group. Carla Babb, VOA News, the Pentagon.
At this juncture, let's turn to my colleague in PTV's Pine City studios for the latest developments brewing in the Cordilleras. Eddie?
Dayon pagkarabi Pilipinas, pinilaan dagiti ado a job seekers ti job fair anay jaya ti 122nd Labor Day celebration iti Baguio Convention and Cultural Center. Karaman kare iti pimila da John ken Vanessa manipod da Nueva Vizcaya anasurok ka makatawanan ngagbirbirok iti trabaho. Uray awan ti experience da so that ti kaunaan na hired on the spot. Naanusmat ang nakipila ni Manang Maria Filipina iti katakala na mall siyudad ang may kadwa a venue ti job fair. Sa nalapet ti edad na tap nagsapol ti baro a panggadan. 9,700 ti jaya trabaho ti 122nd Labor Day celebration iti siyudad ti Baguio. 56 local agencies ken pito ti overseas agencies. Ti tema sa Bagong Pilipinas, manggagawang Pilipino, kabalikat at kasama sa pag-asenso. As of 11 a.m., 36 hired on the spot. Namnaman ti Department of Labor and Employment ababa ni ti job fair nalaknaka makasapol iti panggadaan dagiti umili.
Congratulations. I wish you all the luck in your new job. Pagbutihan ninyo at yung dedication, yung perseverance on the job should always be primordial. That is a chance of a lifetime.
Iti sa Balipay, Damag, Kalpasan, Tinabaligya, Cordillera, Administrative Region Athletic Association, Manok Karamit. Agserbi man na host ti probinsya ti Apayao, iti Cordillera Administrative Region Association of State Universities and Colleges Athletic Meet, Winong Carasuc 2024. Hindi kalman, formalan na nagrugi ti aktibidad, anaangay ti Apayao Ecotourism and Sports Complex, ijay San Gregorio Luna, Apayao. Pinasatan na ito'y tagaropa 2,000 ng atleta, coaches, and delegation officials, manipod iti 7 nga state universities and colleges trisyon. Tema itatawan, bidlisiw, paghilom, pagbangon at pagsulong, simbolo na ito'y tinamdama kinitibkar ken panagduras. Tampok dito'y ti 24 nga sports event. Pakirabanan ti combat sports, basketball, volleyball, football, track and field, ken ti sepak takraw. Malaksid ka rin ti sports competitions, at dapat ti cultural and arts festivities, at tampok dagiti traditional dance, music, and arts. Aglipas na ito inton May 3, aldaw ti Biyernes. Dagiti namdamag manipod ito'y PTV Kodalyarang, siya ni Eddie Carta, Naimbag, Arabi.
Thank you, Eddie, and that is all she wrote for tonight. Join us again tomorrow night, same time, same location on your remote and browser. And keep in mind to always work hard, dream big, give thanks, and stay connected while you catch the news right here. William Theo wishing you all a restful night ahead.